What's up, heathens? How ya doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologists' claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice. We're not going to be analyzing an apologist today because Will Smith is most definitely not an apologist for religion. I just don't know what in the fuck he's talking about. In today's video, Will Smith is going to be perpetuating the false narrative that godless people, or atheists, are somehow immoral, or do not have love in their heart, or some kind of bullshit. We're gonna figure it out today. So, if you want to find out what dumb shit the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air said, then please stay tuned. Let me preface this video by saying that Will Smith is by far one of my favorite actors. I mean, not every film of his has been a hit, but he's still one of my favorites. He recently put a video on Instagram that really irked me. I think you'll understand why.
As a country, I would hope that a part of what we're learning right now is the destructive aspects of loveless, godless leadership. Do not elect people that don't have God and love in their hearts.
Say that for the people in the back.
This is a clear-cut example of how godless individuals like me, and probably most of you out there, have been demonized for simply just not believing in a God. There's this idea floating around out there, perpetuated by religious apologists, that you have to believe in God in order to have morals, or that just a mere belief in a God means that you are a good moral person. But this couldn't be farther from the truth. And what Will Smith is hitting on here is that he doesn't think that godless individuals should be elected to office. Currently, there have only ever been 22 atheists that have been elected to some kind of public office. Godless people haven't been the ones to suggest that, well, if it's a legitimate rape, then the female body has ways of shutting that whole thing down. Godless people have also not been the ones to bring in a snowball to Congress in order to refute climate change. Godless people are not the ones that are suggesting that the sea levels are rising because rocks are falling into the ocean. Godless people are not the ones that voted to take away free lunches from impoverished children. Godless people are not the ones denying people the right to get married. Godless people are also not the ones that had to be legislatively forced to give everybody equal rights. Not once, but twice. Godless people are not the ones that are pushing abstinence-only sex education in the face of all the overwhelming evidence that it only does more harm than good. Godless people are also not the ones that are putting so much emphasis on family values while they usher their mistress into the abortion clinic, or they use taxpayer money to visit their mistress. All these examples were not godless individuals. Those were Christian individuals that definitely had God in their hearts. In fact, it doesn't really matter if you have God in your heart or not. Generally speaking, good people will do good things and bad people will do bad things. Religious people, who are otherwise good people, use God and religion to justify doing bad things. In fact, the overwhelming majority of people that have been elected to political positions in the United States since the founding of our country have been Christian. The politicians that voted against abolishing slavery were Christian. The politicians that voted against women's suffrage were Christian. The politicians that decided to use the law to unfairly target African Americans were Christian. But on the flip side, Christians are the ones that voted for the suffrage of women and the abolishment of slavery. Christians also fought against abusing the law in order to unfairly target African Americans. So it seems to me that having God in your heart doesn't really matter. Will Smith did come out and say that he wasn't talking about church or religion. But then what does he mean by godless if he's not referencing some kind of religious idea? His statement insinuates that God is somehow good or has a good effect on people that believe in him, and that inherently makes this an ambiguous religious statement. So I really don't know what in the fuck he's talking about. This entire statement is just so fucking confusing at this point. Personally, I think that everybody should vote in this upcoming election regardless of who you vote for. I don't think that people should vote on a single issue, that they should take into consideration the entire person that they are voting for and their entire political platform. This is the one very real way that you can stand up and use your voice. Now, I did find this video through Hent Mehta on his blog, The Friendly Atheist. I have his link down below, so definitely go and check out his commentary on this issue because he always has great insight into these things. What I want to hear from you guys down below is, what do you think about Will Smith's statement here? Do you think that I'm just taking this a little bit too personally? Or do you think that this is representative of a larger problem in our society of demonizing godless individuals and perpetuating the idea that you have to believe in God in order to have love in your heart or to be a good and moral person? Let me know what you think down below. While you're down there, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you like political commentary like this. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.